Today I'm going to show you how to create an octave sound in your digital audio workstation. Specifically, I'm imitating the Boss OC3, which has a poly sound which only affects the lower strings, so usually the E, A and D strings. So your guitar will go from sounding like this to sounding like this. So I have an OC3 in my live setup and it's basically always on because it really just fattens up the sound. Applying this effect to a microphone signal would require routing the signal out and creating an effects loop, which is just a bit of a faff. So I'm just going to do it directly in the digital audio workstation, and you'll see it's very quick and very easy to do. I'll be using Logic 10. I'll be going straight from a microphone into the audio interface with nothing in between. I'll just be using a single band EQ and a pitch shifter. I'll put all the details of all the equipment I'm using in the description below, but I won't get into it here. So let's dive right in. So I'm just going to create a mono track in a new project, and I'm going to put it into mixer mode because we're not going to do much recording. Here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is create an auxiliary send. I'm going to choose the first bus, and that will automatically create an auxiliary 1 track here. I'm going to bring the level all the way up to unity, more or less. In this auxiliary 1 track, I'm going to go up to the effects. The first effect that I'm going to put is going to be a single band EQ. This will allow us to set the range for the octaver so it only affects the notes that we want to. In effect, it will be the range knob on an OC3. So you're going to choose high cut and bring the frequency all the way down to 196, as that's more or less the frequency of an open G string. I'm going to set the slope all the way to 48 decibels per octave, pretty extreme because we're just trying to get rid of everything above a G, and I'm going to bring the Q factor to 2. If you like the effect to only work on the A and E strings, you can bring the frequency to 146, which is a D note, or you can bring it to 110, which is an A note, and that will only affect the E string. Okay, next we're going to use a pitch shifter to create an octave sound. So you're going to choose pitch, pitch shifter, mono. You're going to set the semitones all the way down to -12, so that's 1 octave below, and the mix all the way up to 100%. Okay, let's record something to see how it sounds. So there you have it. How easy was that? One thing I really like about doing this in the DAW as opposed to with the OC3 is that I can have 2 separate signals, one for the bass sound and one for the unaffected sound. I really feel the OC3, great as it is, it does have a negative effect on my overall tone. So wherever possible, I actually send the signal from my OC3 into a bass amp or into a separate channel on the mixer so that it can be EQ'd separately. So this is obviously very easy to do here in the DAW. In another video, I'll also show you how to make a polyphonic octave generator or a POG sound in your DAW, so stay tuned for that and see you later.